Alright, so now we are looking to multiply what we'll call a binomial times a binomial. Binomial having two terms times something with two terms. And the best way I like to explain this is to think of it geometrically in terms of a rectangle. So we have something that is 4 plus, or x plus 4. In other words, this length is x and this length is 4. This length here is x. This length here is -7. Now obviously you can't have -7 lengths, but we could think of it that way, right? Because together this side is x minus 7, this side is x plus 4, and now we're multiplying them, which means we're finding the area of a rectangle that's x plus 4 by x minus 7. So let's find the area of each of the component rectangles. This is x squared. It's -7 times x is minus 7x. X times 4, positive 4, 4x. 4 times -7, -28. So if I asked you what the area of this rectangle was, you should tell me it was x squared minus 7x plus 4x minus 28, which could be simplified to x squared minus 3x minus 28. Now that's using sort of the rectangle method. The other method students have learned is called often referred to as FOIL, which you're taking the first item times the first item, the outer items, because they're on the outside, the inner items, and then the last items, FOIL, FOIL. Some people remember it that way. So first times first is x squared, outer, minus 7 times x is minus 7x, inner, which is 4 times x, last, 4 times -7, -28. You'll see we have exactly the same thing as we had up here, which then simplifies to exactly the same thing. So this method of multiplication of binomials, either method works. You can use either one, and you should get the same thing. So here again, setting up the rectangle. I have a 3x and a 6 length. I have a 4 and a -2x length. So I can multiply. Now I tend to put the x's in the same place, but this works as well. Let's try this. So we have 12x, 24, -6x squared, and -12x. So now looking at this, adding it up, I have -6x squared plus 12x minus 12x plus 24. Now the plus and the minus 12x's negate each other, so it turns to 0, and I'm left with just -6x squared plus 24. Now there is another way to think of this, which is I could have noticed I have common factors inside here, so I could have rewritten this as 3 times x plus 2. I could have written the second term as 2 times 2 minus x. Now since I can do that, I can take these 3 and 2 and combine them to be 6, and now I can just multiply a simpler binomial times another simpler binomial. And if I multiply that out using FOIL, I'll do it this time. 6 times the quantity 2x outer minus x squared inner plus 4 last minus 2x. So simplifying that, I have -x squared. My 2x and my -2x negate each other, and I'm left with plus 4, all times 6, which when you distribute the 6, you end up there. If you needed to distribute the 6, you could have also just left it like this. So the big idea here is multiplying two binomials to form a trinomial sometimes, or binomial sometimes. Trinomial with 3 terms, like this top item. Bottom item has only 2 terms, and methods that you can use, either the rectangle method or the FOIL method. Really what you're doing is you're just distributing, right? You're distributing the 4 into the second one, and then you're also distributing the x into the second one. So these are both methods to solve multiplication of two binomials.